So, we've talked about the building blocks of psychological safety and how a team must continue to support psychological safety throughout the design process. Today, we're going to talk about why psychological safety is important in idea generation and how building psychological safety can help foster concept development in your team. During concept generation, your team's goal is to come up with as many ideas as possible in an effort to eventually arrive at one innovative concept to drive forward in the design process. This final concept may be one single solution generated or a combination or reconfiguration of your team's ideas. One of the benefits of working in a team during concept generation is that you can draw on the different knowledge and experiences of your team to improve the diversity of the design solutions generated. However, the divergence of opinions and ideas that is so critical to design success is only likely to occur when your team's psychological safety is high. This is because team members are only likely to speak up and suggest novel ideas, provide critical feedback, and challenge solutions when your team has high levels of psychological safety. So if psychological safety is imperative to team concept generation, how can you use the lenses to foster psychological safety in your team? If you're assigned the role of turn-taking equalizer during concept generation, you are responsible for proactively inviting each team member to make sure everyone contributes ideas to the team's discussion. This role is important in concept generation because in order to make the most use of the diversity of opinions on your team, each member must actually talk about their ideas with the team. If you notice that particular members of the team are not providing their own ideas, remember you can say things like, "Hey, we need to hear from you," or "What other ideas do you have?" As always, it's important to note that if a teammate is not providing their ideas to your team, you may want to connect with them one-on-one in a chat by sending a private message to understand why and what you can do to help them feel more comfortable. If you're assigned the role of point of view shifter, you are responsible for making sure that your team develops a diverse set of design ideas and that your team does not prematurely fixate on one type of concept or solution. If you're the point of view shifter, you want to ask questions to keep your team from getting fixated, such as, "Who has a different perspective?" or "What are we missing here?" Developing a wide range of ideas is important because it makes sure that your team explores the solution space in order to have the best chance at arriving at a truly innovative concept. If you're assigned the role of affirmation advocate, your goal is to make sure you listen to, understand, and affirm every member's contribution in some way. For example, after a team member provides a new idea, you may say things like, "That's a very interesting idea. I hadn't thought of that," or "Thanks so much for sharing." You want to avoid total silence after members provide a new idea to a team, because this will make it less likely that they will contribute to the team in the future. This is particularly important when a team member has put an out-of-the-box idea that may seem more risky to the team. These are the types of ideas that spawn creativity, and your team member may feel like they're taking a risk sharing it with your team. You may want to make sure your teammates feel valued and appreciated for their contributions to the team at all times. Finally, if you're assigned the role of creativity promoter, your goal is to ask questions to help your team develop both novel and useful ideas. For example, you could ask things like, "Let's throw out a wild idea that may not work," or "What's the worst possible idea we could think of?" Then once you've developed those, how can we build off of these ideas to make it work? I hope that this video provides you some insights onto why psychological safety is important in concept screening and how you can promote creativity and psychological safety on your team. Now, take a minute, assign each team member on your team one of these lenses for today's activities. Then go, develop really creative ideas, foster innovation, and support psychological safety on your team.